and welcome back to another episode of the Lack of Focus podcast with me, Matt Bentley, and with me today, as usual, is Harvey Quinn. Harvey.
Hello.
Terrific stuff. I have to start the show on sort of, and it is a show, on a bit of a bum note. It's come to my attention that a few bad apples out there have been using these episodes as background noise. Don't fucking do that, okay? That's not what this is. We're not just here to... I get it, you've moved house or your spouse has left you or something and we're all lonely, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's no excuse to have... Because you're going to miss things, yeah? This is going to give you pearls of wisdom. Granted, there haven't been any yet so far, but we don't know when they're coming. So you won't know when they're coming. Don't just... And that boils your blood, doesn't it? That winds you up.
Oh, yeah. Like, you wouldn't put on The Office and like just have it on in the background. Or you wouldn't put on if you've never seen it before. Do you know what I mean? They haven't seen it before.
That's the thing.
This is the thing. Watch it once the first time, right? If you watch it once, concentrate, because I will ask you about it if I see you out, and I will see you out because I'm about, you know what I mean? I float around.
It is about. And
then after you watch it once, then use it as, you can use it as, and it won't be to go to sleep. You wouldn't be able to put it on and then go to sleep, because I get hot about stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's not the most relaxing of shows. It shouldn't be relaxing. I only deal in big talk. Do you know what I mean? We only deal in big talk. I can't. And big talk by its very nature is big. It's not relaxing, is it? You're not chilling. You're not going to sleep.
He's right. And if I could take away your views mean nothing to me. If I could take away your views, I would. But I've spoken to them at the internet, and they've said you absolutely not. You can't do it. Unless you are a farmer. If you're a farmer, listen to this whenever you want to. Because I read an article, and when I say read an article, listen to a podcast about a farmer, and it's a lonely life for farmers, and they do a great job. They literally put food in our mouths. Don't foot and mouth. They really hate that.
They hate it, don't they?
And that's, you've slipped up there Freudianly.
Yeah.
Because you were raised in the 90s where it was just everywhere.
Foot and mouth. Yeah.
What a funny name for it.
Don't put your foot in your mouth. That's where that comes from, I think.
No, it's not.
It is. I've put my foot in my mouth.
No, it's not.
I think that's it. Mad cow disease.
Yeah.
Matt, you're a mad cow. You put your foot in your mouth.
No, it's really.
Don't ask me really, because that's
a Lack of Focus exclusive?
Well, so just again a bit of housekeeping here.
Yeah.
We've discussed libel, we've discussed slander previously, and I figured out a way to keep us completely in the green, as it were, or in the.
At last.
Is it in the red or in the black?
You'd prefer to be in the black. I think red is always bad on
bills, so to keep us in the black, right? All we have to do simply.
Yep.
It's very easy. Slander is only really a thing if you say stuff that isn't true.
Okay.
Right? So that won't be a problem, because what do I always deal in, Matt?
A big talk. And facts?
Facts. Exactly. Facts. I always deal in facts. So yeah, any farmers out there, foot and mouth, you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Very good intro segment.
I think it's good.
Harvey, fill me in on what you've been up to. We do this weekly, so it's another week. It's a colder week.
It's a colder week for sure.
Temperatures have dropped. I know, because I drove here on my Vespa.
You have to get that in.
What have you been up to?
I have actually, and it might shock you. I've been educating myself, and the way I've been doing that is I've been reading Glamour magazine.
And that's fine.
Yeah, and it is fine. Do you know why I've been doing that? Because I was walking past a newsagent the other day, and I saw in the shop window Glamour magazine, and on the front of Glamour magazine
was Timothy Chalamet?
No, God no. He's had his day.
Next.
Yeah, next. It was Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh,
right. Well, don't. Okay.
See, and that's why I need to be educated. So educate me on.
Yeah, exactly that.
Because your instinct is to say something horrible.
My instinct is to recoil. And when you see, I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to. Do you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to react with my gut instinct. I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy that magazine, and I'm going to educate myself.
Have a little read.
And I was like, okay, what is Millie Bobby Brown up to?
And now you can tell me that actually she's great.
Well, I'll tell you. I only speak facts. Again, facts, key point. So Millie Bobby Brown is, she's won Woman of the Year.
Who
Yeah.
are the other nominees?
Well, okay, I'll tell you what.
What?
So I thought
She's
I'd
the winner
What? Well, yeah.
of all women
Yeah.
for the whole year.
Woman of the year.
That
Right?
is mad.
So I thought I'd
She
work
must have achieved something gargantuan.
mega.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I think,
I'm intrigued.
yeah.
I can't wait to find out what it is.
So I thought I'd work to understand the woman of the year. She's 19, right? That's Gen Z, isn't it? That's Gen Z, and we all know that they've got it the hardest.
Yeah.
They've got they've got it so hard, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've got it hard. So yeah, let's educate ourselves. So, yeah, as you said, yeah, look, all women. She's beat off some real contenders for the title, Matt.
Then Judi Dench must have been as a woman. She must have been.
Well, big contenders. You've got Lisa Woodcock, who is a person that tirelessly campaigned to raise awareness about organ donation. She herself underwent life-saving liver transplant.
Right.
She's done loads of work around that.
But
there's also Dr.
Did she do anything to help the Godzilla franchise?
Exactly. We've also got Dr. Alicia Diaz-Cole, right? So she is a co-founder of an environmental company, Silver Bio, which creates products to increase tree seed germination and seedling survival, minimizing the harmful effects of water scarcity, right? So she's been done as well.
Does she even have a shaved head? Don't think so.
No.
Don't think so.
Also, she's beat off all of the lionesses and every woman doing any sort of relief work. So let's read what Glamour have to say about Millie. And it's all facts, as I imagine her team have been all over it. Millie Bobby Brown is Glamour Global Woman of the Year, worldwide star. They're just, this is what they say about her.
That's
worldwide
fact.
star.
That's
fact. You
That's
can't
fact.
dispute that. Film producer.
Didn't know that, but
She
must
is.
be fact.
She is.
What's she produced?
She produced Enola Holmes 1 and 2.
And that's why they're so good.
Yeah.
That's why they're
and
really,
also,
really good bits of theatre.
You and I both know this. Film production is it's bloody hard. And also, if you're producing a film, they do work their arse off. But do you know what? Do you know what's good about her? Right? She's 19. She's
worked her way up to it.
She probably
She wasn't
doesn't.
she wasn't just gifted that job, Harvey.
She worked her arse off for that, and she doesn't delegate anything. I imagine she's
No.
on. She's doing it all. Founder of an international beauty brand. Right?
They're not making Kylie Jenner fucking Woman of the Year, are they?
Do you have your own beauty brand, Matt? No, I don't
You know
either.
what? That's actually where I fall fucking short.
Exactly.
One.
I don't either. She's also a best-selling author.
Well,
Right? She wrote a book called. Oh, let's find out. I haven't read the book. I will read the book and come back to you. She read the book called The 19 Steps. Yeah, and
could have done 20.
Do you know what's funny about that?
Well, do we need 20?
It's an extra one.
I'll give you 17 and 2 more if you need them.
Yeah. So 19 Steps. She would have written this book, I imagine. I don't know this. I don't know the details so far, so I can only speculate.
Yeah.
And this is speculation. This isn't slander, just to be clear.
He's just having a
gander.
for a walk.
Exactly. I imagine she probably wrote it under a pseudonym, not a real name, because she probably didn't want to trade off her real name. She probably thought, I'll just let the writing do the talking, and it's a bestseller. So
if I could take my face out of this podcast, I would. It's a problem I deal with as well. I don't want people to watch this podcast just because you think I'm, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
This brilliant star of Beautiful Devils.
No, exactly. Or you can't get the brand away from it.
Oh, God, please, just drop me out.
Oh no, wait, no, she didn't. Yeah, no, it isn't her name.
It isn't her name.
Yeah, she probably wrote it all though.
Use the name.
She probably
Don't
wrote
worry
it all.
about that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no. Oh no, she
That's
didn't.
a good thing.
She didn't write. She didn't write it all. No, it was a collaboration between her and a novelist, Kathleen McGurl.
Can I be a little? I reckon Kathleen did quite a lot of that.
I can only guess. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know. The point is, we don't know.
It's like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. So again,
50-50.
Look, she's one woman of the year, right? So I had to delve a bit deeper, and there was an interview with her recently.
So let's go book, which she definitely wrote.
Yeah. Production company. Talented actor. Pretty good. No, pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's indisputable.
Okay.
Like, she's doing some shit.
That's 3 things.
And worldwide star.
Kind of like two things too many, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, in this interview that she did with Glamour, and I read this again because I want to educate myself. Because again, Gen Z, you guys, you have it fucking hard. They have it so hard.
Remember, we're talking to just one person.
You have it hard. Like Gen Z, they do have it hard. Do you know what's funny about Gen Z as well? They said I recently said I was chatting to some Gen Zs, and they were like, "You millennials,
yeah,
you try too hard."
What about booking a studio, getting perfect lighting,
exactly,
and is trying hard?
I don't.
If this is try hard, I wouldn't want to be lazy.
So anyway,
go on.
Educate myself about Gen Z. That's what I've been doing all week. That's basically the vast majority of my week has been researching for this. So she in the interview she says, Stranger Things. It takes up a lot of time to film.
You're kidding.
I know. And she said, but more so than that, the most important thing is it's preventing me from creating stories that I'm passionate about. Right? Matt.
No,
Matt.
I'm not laughing.
Don't laugh. I don't know why he's laughing because this is very serious. Yeah. Look, Matt, she's passionate about storytelling. Yeah. She's a 19-year-old girl, quite wealthy, white as well. She's probably got loads of stuff to say, hasn't she? She'll have some stories.
Honestly, the thing is, this is why I'm disappointed that Millie spends so much time in America, because then she can't be at a bar telling tales.
I know. I would love to hear that.
Get down to the pub and she'd be. You know, the locals would be like, Millie, what's today's tale? And she'd be like, just gather round.
I know.
And let me tell. I've got to stop hitting that. Let me tell you.
I'd love to. And Matt,
my tales.
Those are the stories I want to hear, Matt.
Yeah.
Those are the stories I want to hear.
Well, don't we all? Well, please let her fucking. Can someone go and cancel Stranger Things? Can we cancel it?
I think it's coming to an end. So we will hear these stories, and these are the stories I want to hear.
Now we all wish that Stranger Things could just go on and on and
too.
on. And on and on. Well, obviously, that goes without saying. I have said it. It goes without saying that everybody would like a 7th, 8th, 9th series of Stranger Things.
Yeah, just crank them out. I'd sit through them.
Listen, it's we can't, because Millie's got other things.
She's got other stories. And again, as I said, Matt, these are the stories that I want to hear.
Yeah.
A young, wealthy, rich girl, right? Telling stories.
Super white.
And super white. And look, she's been in the industry since she's a toddler, right? So she'll have stories to tell.
That bit is the only bit that is sincerely maybe interesting.
Yeah.
But you know who was in the Cole Sprouse twins?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're learning.
Yeah.
Cole and Dylan Sprouse. They were in a show. What's that terrible? Not terrible. Riverdale. I auditioned for Riverdale.
I actually.
And they told me
Riverdale.
to fuck off, which is fine.
I don't respect the Riverdale.
So I actually watched my tape back of Riverdale recently.
Don't do that.
I wouldn't have given me that job.
No.
Good call. Anyway, the Sprouse twins, they've been in the industry since they were baby. They were the kids in Big Daddy.
Oh,
they were the twins in Big Daddy. They kept swooping in
with Adam Sandler.
Like we wouldn't notice. We noticed.
Yeah.
And but they now are on podcasts talking about that, and they're fucking dull as shit.
Oh, that'd be.
No, they are so
terrible. Yeah.
One of them, I don't know which one. One of them is so viewers, you have to forgive Harvey because he does a lot of Warhammer and like rock climbing and stuff.
Yeah.
Exercise, dieting, cooking, just dull
stuff. Yeah.
I spend my time scrolling and learning.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have seen Cole or Dylan in an interview in a white shirt smoking a cigarette. It was like Call Me Daddy, the podcast was called.
No.
And he regales these stories like he's Johnny Depp in like 93.
No.
And it is painful. But I'm sure if Millie were to do that, it would be like it would be like Julia Roberts.
So look, I can't wait for her to start making interesting stories. Do you know what, mate? Do you know what also? And that's the way it works, Matt.
Yeah,
like you want people that have never really experienced anything other than success and fame to tell you stories, because imagine if someone that was like, and also actually saying this, if you are head of a studio at the moment or trying to assemble a team of writers to give you a script, don't go to anyone that's over 30 that's lived their lives. Do you know what you want is someone you want someone that's been rich enough to pursue a writing career from day dot and not had to like live their life and come to it later. Because anyone, as we know, Matt, anyone that's in their 30s that's sort of come to writing later because they thought, oh, do you know what, I couldn't actually afford to be a writer because I had shit to pay for, you know, like food for my family.
Dull.
Yeah, anyone like that, they're not going to have stories to tell. They're not going to be able to write, are they? The only people that can write are people that have sort of grown up writing because they've got the financial, you know, the financial settlement around them to sort of to do it.
Valiums.
And Dave Walliams as well. We're going to get to him.
Who now does children's books.
We're going to get to him. We're going to get to him.
I honestly think. I actually had this theory. I know it's a bit off topic. Just to quickly.
Yeah.
I was just going to say I think anyone can write a children's book, and that's not fair because I actually think there's a real art to it.
Sure.
I do truly believe that anybody on Earth, and I mean this, can be a radio DJ.
Oh yeah.
I used to revere these people when I was growing up with like John O'Coleman, show my age there, and all these people. I've got a couple of things to say about the radio, and now you've got people who I don't think are morons, but I think they're about as bright as I am and about as technically able as I am. Amanda Holden, you know, I'm very attracted to Amanda Holden, but I can't imagine her being that tech savvy. She's quite like, and then you've got
she's not a broadcaster.
Chris Stark is actually, he was a DJ. He was a school DJ. Fine.
Was he good?
He grates. I grate, but he grates quite a lot.
Fine.
Matey boy from Made in Chelsea, Sam Thompson. Big fan of Sam Thompson. I find him very funny.
Yeah.
I think he'd be the first to say that he is probably the most tech savvy bloke. And he's like on the actual live radio. I think anybody can do it.
Well, no one can do this though. This is specific. I feel this is, and again, once again, it is a show.
This is really tough.
It's not. This isn't really a podcast in a traditional sense. I mean, it is in the sense that there's two of us and we're speaking to microphones and there's a camera.
Sure.
But I feel that there is more structure to it. We thought about it. We are, we did write this.
I was once on the. Do you remember Magic Mystery Voices? No,
I'm looking at you blankly right now. But go on.
I'll educate you. There was a thing on Magic, a radio show, back in like 2004, 5, 6, whatever, which would go. It'd be like 3 celebrities going Magic 105.4, and you'd have to guess and call in who said Magic, who said 105, and who said 0.4. Right.
Okay, cool.
And the money went up each week.
Well, and these celebrities doing
it. And this was back in the day where like big celebrities,
Alan Rickman,
like just like crazy shit fucking people,
like
right?
Distinctive voices.
So it could be like fucking Tom Cruise. It could be anybody.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, no, serious movie stars do this kind of shit, right? And it's the money's getting to like 200 grand. I don't know. I was like 13, so I don't really remember how much a big amount of money was, right? I was going to school. It wasn't millions, but it wasn't like 20 grand either, right? It was a lot of money. And I was going to school each day. And every morning, my mum dropped me off, and I'd wait in the car until I heard it was the guest, and he'd get it wrong. There was one voice left. This went on for about a year. I'm serious. And you'll remember this, I think, if you're around London at that time. I went to school and sat next to and was friends and saw him in LA recently. I'm still quite good friends with an actor called Freddie Highmore. Right, who is from The Good Doctor. He was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He played Charlie.
We bumped into him.
You were there in LA with me? Sorry.
We were in LA. Yeah. We bumped into him.
I do sometimes. I forget who I'm with. You were there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Nice guy. Good.
Really lovely.
Friendly dude.
Really lovely.
I actually not a bad word to say against him. Apart from this, Freddie, you fuck.
Who we watching?
Which I did hold him to this. Every day I'd get into Latin and I'd sit down to him and be like, mate, who's this point for? And he'd look at me dead in the eye and just go, don't know, yeah, it's annoying. It was fucking Freddie Highmore.
Oh.
The 0.4 was Freddie.
When he was young, how young was he at this point?
We were like 12.
13.
And I sat next to him in Latin, or maybe older, every day for a year, going to him, mate, who is this 0.4? And at any moment, he could have just been like, yeah, no idea, mate. No idea.
If I'd have known that when we bumped into him, I would have glassed him. I would have glassed him. We were in a bar as well. Do you know what I mean? I'd have been like, fuck off.
He was stood at the top of some stairs as well.
He was,
One swift kick and
he's not a big lad, is he? Just fucking go down, isn't he?
His manager, she wouldn't hold up to much
She wouldn't have done nothing.
She was tiny.
I'd have just literally gone up to him and what are you going to do? Then I would have been, escorted by security and probably, spent time in an LA jail cell.
So that's so funny.
So the theme today is education. You may have guessed.
Oh God!
And it is important that we take moments like this to learn. So what I've learned there is never hesitate. Should never hesitate.
Oh, that was.
Speaking of learning. and education as well as a theme.
Please.
You may have the keen-eyed among you may have observed that there's only two of us again.
Oh, no.
Go on.
Because Harvey, I relinquished him of responsibilities for hiring guests.
I looked into it. I exchanged emails with Chris Packham.
Okay.
Do you know who Chris Packham is?
No.
Chris Packham used to present the Really Wild Show with Michaela Strachan back in the 90s. He now is on Country File. I emailed him twice. He didn't reply. Yeah. But knowing Chris like I do,
that's a lot more effort than you've ever made before.
He has the address. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't walk through those doors at any minute now.
I can't wait.
But the cool thing about him is, and I wanted to ask him this question.
Yeah.
And Michaela Strachan as well. I couldn't get hold of her, and I did call her a few times. They had, I presume, no veterinary training.
Almost none.
Almost none. But they were around animals in the 90s. They were like, I think there was like he had his arm inside a horse at one point.
Do you think that
no veterinary training?
Do you think that little boy in Free Willy had any sort of training to be around killer whales? Did he fuck?
No, it was a different time, wasn't it? Although I do think Chris has a degree in zoology.
Okay.
But I mean, who doesn't? Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Mate. I was actually thinking about. There's a guest who I was. Imagine this person is just here.
Okay, yeah. Chris Packham, no.
No, not Chris. Guy called Johnny Davis. You heard this guy? Right. He recently ran the length of the tube. We're friends on TikTok.
It ran the length of the tube.
He ran every single tube line in London.
Oh right, is it like more than a marathon or something?
It's a very long way.
Sure, yeah.
And and we communicate. He seems okay. And I was thinking like, what if I got Johnny on the podcast? What kind of so as a tester, just imagine what kind of questions you're going to ask this guy? He's a nice guy.
Oh fuck! How many questions do I have?
One. Just give one question. What would you ask?
It's not like a genie. No.
So we'd have him for the hour.
Ask for more questions.
We'd have him for the hour.
Oh right, for the hour. I don't know. I think what would be good is because you are you've got quite a footprint. It's fair to say, or following on TikTok.
Yeah.
I think is it like a sort of a bit of a club in a way in that you have peers that you would. So this is an idiotic question for me.
No, there are some other. There's a little rat pack who think they're fucking so cool and they're not. And they fucking wind me up. And I actually saw. Actually, I know I'm really hard to offset, but I saw one of them at a country resort this weekend that I was at.
Nice.
And I know he saw me.
Didn't chat.
He gets no. I wouldn't talk to that. I know he knows who I am.
Yeah.
Because he fucking gets tagged in all of my videos saying,
"Oh,
you've stolen this."
You've stolen it. Oh, he's one of the plagiarists.
Oh yeah.
I've seen a few of them.
Yeah, they're about.
It's like
I don't mind.
It's like
listen, I don't mind that much. But I also I find my bar for things that I find funny is fucking high. And I'll do it to him as well. Harvey will send me something, right? Like a video and be like just laughing emoji. This is brilliant. And I'll be like, no, it's not.
That's shit. Yeah.
And I won't
Pick
just,
yourself
and
up,
I won't just be like, no, it's not. I'll be like, no, Matt, you're better than this. Don't send me things. This is not funny.
Yeah.
And you need to. Get out of the house a bit more.
Yeah.
Not
go
good
for a
enough,
walk.
Right?
Go for a walk.
So this sort of rat pack who think they're so vibey and so the what they're doing is so unbelievably easy and low brow comedy. I can't even tell you. It's broad as fuck, and that's why they're so successful. It's fine. I get it.
I find that's true.
There's four brothers who I really like a lot. Who they're called Four Brothers, and they are really fucking funny. And I like, and they seem like probably quite nice dudes.
The thing is,
but the rest of them can fuck off.
The thing that I find quite funny.
I don't want to make any more friends.
The thing that I find quite funny about people trying to imitate what you're doing is you can't. It's your jokes are very hard. It'd be very hard to steal a joke from you.
I know because all I'm doing is talking over myself and they're not jokes, they're characters.
Well, it's the character and the delivery. It's not like if you try. I've seen people try and do what you're doing and they've lifted from you, and I'm like, no, you're just you've got it wrong, boss man. You've just said the words, and you've not played the character. And that's
there's loads of things there's loads and loads, fucking endless things I can't do. There's Jimmy Carr has this thing at the moment, which is like, if you're shit at physics and okay at English, do English because the world doesn't need another like average
physicist.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I've fallen into a niche of comedy that I enjoy doing. And also with the TikToks, you got to churn them out. You got to do a lot of them. I enjoy doing them. At no point. That's not another reason why I like Johnny Davis, actually. And hopefully he'll see this, is because he posted recently being like, I don't post on here unless I'm doing something. His whole fucking thing is running, right?
Fine,
so if he's not running and he's recovering, he's like, I don't want to post of me just like doing like a funny like voiceover. So I like that.
And it will make you hate it. If you have to do something. Yeah.
And those other guys are literally just churning out this sort of just terminal dross.
Oh, really?
Can't bear it. Yeah. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. To each their own. And you know what the thing is? I had a friend called Luke. I still have a friend called Luke Vernon, who's now on like millions and millions and millions of followers. Went to drama school together. Fucking great guy. I don't love his style of comedy, but it doesn't matter because now he's interviewing like Tom Cruise on the red carpet because it got him the platform to do whatever he wants. Clever boy.
Does he deserve it?
Oh yeah. No, Luke Vernon deserves it. Luke Vernon's a fucking good dude.
Well, good. And now I've learnt that. Again, keeping in with the theme of education.
I actually think, watch this space, I think Luke Vernon is going to be...
There are some people, I think interviewing people like that is a fucking skill.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
You're putting people at ease instantly.
Yeah. That's why Louis Theroux was so good. Because people underestimated. Well,
Louis
in terms of
just
investigative journalism, he's so non-threatening.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Just literally would say something just like, so I see that you're wearing a kind of a hate t-shirt.
And then they just talk their way to death. Yeah. That's what happens.
It's crazy the awkwardness that he was able to like sit in.
I know.
Louis Theroux is a genius. I think. I mean, I'll still watch him and anything. I've heard a few like grotty things about him.
Have you?
No, not. And I think it's probably just like being
Rumors
famous.
or
No, not. It's not rumors. It's like that he was. Someone was the booker on a podcast he was on.
Oh, fine.
And put down his cup of tea next to him. And he just didn't like acknowledge. It's little things like that. But I think you've been famous. It's so minor. But like to the guy who's telling the story, the anecdote, to the group of friends, he was like, "Yeah, man, he was super rude." I'm like, I don't think he was super rude.
Sure.
I can see how he came across as super rude. It will fucking wind you up. Also, but I think he's just been famous for so long. And he's in his 50s.
Also, I think with a lot of stuff like that, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, unless they're repeated patterns of behavior where it's shit. It's like I'm sure some people think I'm rude because they've caught me on an off day.
I really doubt it.
Do you know what I mean?
I really doubt that anyone has ever thought that you are rude.
You reckon?
Yeah, I really doubt. I would like to think no one's ever thought I'm rude either.
No,
I'm not,
you're not. You're nice.
I don't. No, I'm not always nice.
You're pretty nice.
I try and be as like just neutrally. You're right.
Polite to
almost every single person I could possibly come, unless I'm on my bike.
You love people.
In which case, I'm taking you up, mate. Like if you get too close, if you're too close to my bike or you don't indicate, I'm lighting you up because it's my life.
What do you mean? Because it's your life? Oh, it's because your life is in their hands.
Yes.
Oh right, I thought you said it's my life. Like it's my life.
If you're driving like a dickhead, and you put my life even a little bit in danger, I'm coming for you.
But what if they're nutters?
Well, they're not going to catch me on a bike. People have tried. You're not getting anywhere near me on a Vespa.
Oh my God.
You're not getting anywhere near me.
What if they're...
I do think about it. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Boss man.
One of them just got out of his van, and I was like, "That's the opposite of what you should be doing, mate. You need to stay because you're not going to catch me in the Sprinter, and you're probably definitely not going to get me on foot. So get back in the van, big man. You know, you mug.
Oh my God.
Come on, what?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
What are you going to do?
Honestly, he was big, man.
I bet. Yeah, some lads are really big as well, which is actually quite scary.
He was proper scary. Yeah. I called the police.
Did you?
Yeah, it was.
What point did you call the police? When you get home, I'm like, I've had an incident.
I was in my area, and I was like, this guy in this van has like. I went around him again, and he kept blocking the road. And then when I went around him, eventually he like literally tried to like hit me with his car.
Yeah.
So I was like, I lit him up verbally. And then he like kept trying to hit me with his car, and I was like, I'm not having
bloody hell. All right, but anyway. you survived. Anyway, I mean, this is sort of
but you survived.
The end of the intro segment.
Yeah, great intro.
But I'm going to posit the question back to you.
Yes, please.
What have you been doing this week? What's new? Because obviously I've been educating myself about Millie Bobby Brown. We had that whole bit. We now understand Gen Z. That's achieved. Like, I think we know
Can we
now.
just take that off the box, please?
Well, because we were like, who are they looking up
Who are
to?
these
I had my
mysteries?
heroes.
Gen Z. I'm
Millie Bobby
looking up
Brown is
to Millie
their
Bobby Brown.
their heroes, and she's dating. Well, she's engaged to. She's 19, get engaged.
get
Brilliant.
engaged at
Well,
19.
bless her. To John Bon Jovi's son,
Who
Jacob
also,
Bon Jovi.
Really?
Bongioni. I think their real name is Bongioni.
Well, look, good luck to them.
Best of luck to them.
And let's hope that Stranger Things doesn't get too much in her way, because that, to be fair, that could wind anybody up.
For sure. I want more stories from Millie, you know?
Just having a look at my little notes here. I got my car cleaned, and I realised maybe this is a jumping off point, maybe it isn't. And I was thinking as I was doing it, there is no way to sit in a car whilst get your car cleaned and not feel like a complete cunt.
What, as in like you're like
You're like the
here,
emperor.
throwing the money like, oh, you wash my clean my car.
It's awful. And
It is awful.
And you just sit there and they're like they're just behind the glass washing away.
Could you not get out and go elsewhere?
No, because they need you to drive through the different stations. So you go there and then you go to the next one, and then you go to the next one. Then eventually they go, "Don't do the inside boss as well." I was like, "Yeah, the inside as well." And you just I can imagine it being like having a threesome and being just like the guy just holding the camera. You sort of just get out of the car and stand by the side and just sort of go,
Yeah, go on then, yeah. Sure.
Thanks, yeah, cheers. And they sort of just give
No,
it
I
a
don't
good.
mind if you do that. Yeah.
They get the rubbish. They go, "You need this," and I go, no, thank you so much. Sorry, can I? And they go, "No, don't worry, man. I'll take it." But like, you don't know whether you should like hold the crisp packet or it is.
It's like watching someone that you've okayed to like have sex with your partner, but I just feel in the way.
You just a spare part.
Yeah.
If you're going to okay someone to have sex with a partner, just leave.
Just don't be in the same room for one. Yeah. Just go watch.
Get a report at the end.
Yeah.
Would be my advice.
Education. Again,
Education.
in the theme of today.
Okay.
What else have we done?
This isn't anything I've done. I've just got all sorts of notes here.
Oh, go on.
I know it is a lack of focus, but to be honest with you, if we don't have any sort of focus,
Then we will go
also
off the rails.
off. It's just a name. It's just a name.
It's just a name.
There can be some sort of focus. There's got to be some sort of structure.
There has to be some structure. We've been rattling through these at a fucking Mach 3 with no structure for the best part of 14 episodes.
I know.
But yeah, go on. What are we thinking?
We're gonna do this or that.
This or that. Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
I
ask
love
you
that.
this or that. Okay.
Yeah, go on then.
And it's gonna be quick. So
Yeah,
I don't
quick
want you
fire.
umming and ahhing and this. Oh, maybe a
Yeah. No.
fucking go for it.
I'm making
okay?
decisions.
And we're going in now. Busted or McFly?
Busted.
Home and Away Neighbours.
Home and Away.
Corrie EastEnders.
Didn't watch either.
Blur Oasis.
Blur.
Liam or Noel.
Liam.
Mornings or evenings.
Mornings.
Robbie or Gary.
Don't know who either of those people are. Oh, Robbie Williams. Robbie.
John or Paul.
John.
Baggy or skinny.
Baggy.
Plane or boat.
What?
Plane or boat.
Plane or boat. Fuck off, plane.
Fight or flight.
Flight.
Messi or Ronaldo.
What are those ones? Messi, because he's a short one. Ronaldo's too ripped.
Woody or Buzz.
Buzz.
East or West. London.
East.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Controversial, I know.
That's changed up.
Yeah.
Outer space or the bottom of the ocean.
Outer space.
Ketchup and mayo.
Ketchup.
Kidulthood or Top Boy.
Fucking hell, that's a hard one, actually, you know? Do you know what? Which one?
You got to be quick.
All right, yeah, Kidulthood.
Simpsons or Family Guy.
Simpsons.
Arnie or Stallone.
Arnold.
Xbox, PS4.
PS4.
The Getaway or GTA.
Ooh, I'm actually going to say The Getaway because I fucking want them to be another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck off.
The UK or US Office.
Oh, fuck. UK has to. I can't.
Pub or
I love
club?
the US, but I can't do it.
Pub or club.
Pub.
Skate or bike.
Skate.
Brad or Leo.
Brad.
Jennifer Aniston or Angelina Jolie.
Jen.
UFC or the Premier League.
The Premier League is fuck the UFC.
Djokovic or Federer.
Federer.
Home Alone or the Goonies.
Home Alone.
Notting Hill or Love Actually.
Notting Hill.
Big Brother or Love Actually or Love Island.
Oh, Big Brother, classic.
And
they're doing another one.
Little fun one. Maggie Thatcher or Theresa May.
Oh, fuck off. Do you know what, Theresa May? Because she loved running through fields of wheat.
Yes, she did.
And I miss her. Given the fucking scumbag
fucking
that we've got in right now.
At this point.
I know.
And my one is Susanna Reid.
What do you mean your one is Susanna Reid?
I just love Susanna Reid.
There wasn't another option?
Yeah.
You just wanted to say you love Susanna Reid?
Yeah.
I used to fancy the shit out of her like 10 years ago. Because I'd wake up every morning and put on ITV
fancy her
News.
more now.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. I love her.
We'll try and get her on. She'll come on. She's a broadcaster.
I don't think now I've said that, I don't think she would.
Mate, she's had Richard Madeley making some fucking nonsense with her, making a twat out of himself. Let's be honest.
Phenomenal, that man.
He is, but he's also like just.
No, he's phenomenal because obviously it's an act.
Do you think it's obviously an act?
Yes.
Do you think is it an act? Well, okay. This is okay. This is
in the same way that Joey Essex is an act.
He is that person. They're playing up to it. Like
yes.
Carl Pilkington is playing up to it. He's not an act.
We're both these people.
Yeah.
And we're both sending it up.
Yeah, this is an act. But we've written all of this. This is all scripted, including this bit.
This bit right here is written down somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
It's all written down.
Yeah.
Even that.
And that's how you get away with slander and libel. And also, we only speak in facts. And the fact is, Richard Madeley, it is amazing in a way because, and we'll get to this in a minute because it's part of my, it's actually someone's written in and it's part of the letter to you. We're doing fan mail. Yeah, I was going to lead with it.
I am so pleased that we've got some fan mail again.
Yeah, I know. It's actually unbelievable.
Because
we had fan mail before. We had someone send something in. It was their book, and we shat all over it. Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh God,
do you remember that? He sent actual things, and I just tore it apart. Because if you are a novelist, if you're an aspiring novelist, don't send it to this to get promoted.
Maybe Millie will send us her book.
Do you know what? I don't think either of us are going to work with any of her productions. I don't think either of us are really going to get anywhere close to being in a Millie Bobby Brown movie.
The thing is, you say that, you just don't know.
You just don't know.
Like I'm so ready to like slag off Sam Claflin, right?
Yeah.
So easy.
He's got better though, weirdly.
No, not his acting.
Oh.
Good actor.
Yeah.
And he's probably a nicer guy now. But I read an interview with him years ago now. Years ago. Where he was like, oh yeah, I was out of drama. I was out of RADA for 3 months, and I just thought maybe it's just never going to happen for me. And then I put the Pirates of the Caribbean 4
lead, and it's like the lead.
And even the guy in GQ doing the interview was like basically like, this guy's a fucking piece. What's wrong with him? Like you prick.
Have you worked in a cafe for 18 years, Sam? Probably not.
Never, ever, ever.
Probably not. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think he's a good actor.
He is a good actor. I saw him in something recently where he was very, very good.
Tell you who's a terrible actor and needs to stop doing it. Who really, really seriously needs to stop doing it.
Go on.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran
of course. Needs to stop.
Is he in it? Is he doing it?
He's in so many things, bro. He keeps popping up in things, and it's like, Ed, mate, you're so difficult to like as a person, right? I think Ed Sheeran, to like in a room as like a contemporary would be fucking really cool, right?
Sure, I'm sure it'd be nice. Yeah.
But that's just like, why do I think he's just not? Why do I think he's like a really arrogant fucking? Why do I not like him?
Because he's mega famous.
But I love his music.
I couldn't tell you an Ed Sheeran song.
Of course,
I refuse to listen to any of that.
It's like it's very much up. His earlier stuff anyway. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But I just he
needs
to stop shoehorning yourself into films, bro. And
do you reckon he is? Or do you reckon it's his management being like,
joking?
you need to do this?
Nah, he doesn't need to.
Do you reckon it's him?
This is a guy who said,
Ed.
They're like, oh, Ed, why did you're dancing so good in that music video? He's like, yeah, the music videos perform better when I'm in them. Just straight up, just said it in like an interview. And it's like, lie,
yeah,
say something else.
Don't say that. Yeah, that's all.
Just say like, yeah, I wanted to have a go. It was really nice. No, just, yeah, they perform better.
And also.
He's just so robotic about it.
And also, you like, I know we joke about this with the view count and all that stuff, but I genuinely don't really give a fuck about like performance, like in terms of what I'm doing is how is it performing. Do you know, I hope it performs well. It's like I get that he has a I get that it's tied to his income, but at the same time it's like, do you not have enough money?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't be cool about it, Ed. Be cool about it.
Yeah, the whole. Also, the music video, I guess. I mean, it's so mechanical how he operates. But then
man,
like wonderful deep love songs.
My friend told me an amazing sort of his take on Will Smith recently, and how sort of. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because Will Smith had a really robotic way of picking movies he did.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what my friend's theory is.
Okay.
I'll tell my friend's theory about Will Smith and what happened when he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, because obviously his wife or his ex-wife has come out recently within this week and said they've been apart since 2016, right? So I think this is what's happened, and my friend explained it to me, and it's his take, and I fully believe it now.
Yeah, okay.
And he said, so Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, when they released their, they were the first hip hop artist to win a Grammy. Right, they were the first hip hop artists to win a Grammy. Yeah. Because in the 80s and hip hop had existed for years, right? It had Grandmaster Flash, you had Run DMC,
Sugar
and they were
Gang.
exactly. They were putting out some really good hip hop. It also got, NWA and Ice Cube and all those people. But it was, I think that might have been a bit later with gangster rap. But before that, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith won the Grammy, and everyone in the hip hop community went, these kids, right? And it was because they were quite clean and kid friendly. And they won the Grammy because hip hop was thought of as a dangerous thing in
Just to interject, had Will Smith done Fresh Prince at this point?
No. So he'd released that album, won a Grammy. Quincy Jones saw Will Smith and that's why Quincy Jones cast him in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? So Will was never accepted as a hip hop artist by his peers. Then he starts making movies, and he did a few appearances. He did a few small things after Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but then he did Men in Black and did Independence Day.
Yeah.
And with Men in Black, and also if you see, there's a video of him talking about movies and his formula for accepting movies, and he was like, it needs to have this, this, and this. Then I would know it would be a hit movie, and I'd do it.
But didn't he say he didn't want to do Independence Day, Men in Black because it was aliens, back to back aliens?
I don't know. But so in this. So he was doing movies, but when you got Will Smith, you got the whole thing. He'd release oh
my God!
He'd release a song that would be number one.
Switch and Hitch. The song Switch.
Yeah, it was
and Hitch the film.
and then Men in Black and then Wild Wild West, and he'd do the theme tune. So once you got a Will Smith production, you'd get the whole thing. But again, Will was never accepted by the acting community. He always wanted to be considered as a serious actor, right? And he spent his whole life being like, he's not serious. He'd sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He wasn't accepted by the hip hop community, and he wasn't accepted by the acting community as a serious actor.
The lyric from Eminem where he's like, Will Smith don't have a cousin that's rapped to soul records. What I do, so fuck him and fuck you too.
And then he did a few more serious things like Pursuit of Happiness and £7. But they never were really big hits, were they? And
he got nominated for an Oscar
for Pursuit of Happiness, but he didn't win, right? But I think that he never ever got the acknowledgement from his peers that he wanted. And then he did After Earth, and it bombed, and he did other movies and he bombed, and then he got nominated for an Oscar in 2021.
Yeah.
And he was 3 minutes away from winning the Oscar, and his brain couldn't take it, and he self-sabotaged. And then if you watch, and also my friend was like, if you watch any of his videos now since that slap, he looks sad in every video. He looks somewhat dead behind the eyes, and like he knows he's ruined his life.
Okay.
Because he's banned from the Oscars.
With respect.
Yeah.
I think your friend's wrong.
Yeah.
From my opinion.
Why?
Because your friend's trying to make out that Will Smith was this like struggling, not quite at the forefront of, like, he was the biggest movie star.
But what I'm saying is in terms of artist credibility, which is what he wanted. I know he was very successful and all that stuff.
He had artist credibility.
Did he?
Yes.
Do you think?
In the same way that.
Do you think he was considered as the same sort of level of talent as an actor as someone like Brad Pitt or Leo DiCaprio or Denzel Washington?
Not Denzel. And
I don't think people treated him
100%
seriously.
Brad Pitt. 100% he was considered higher than
Brad Pitt. Yeah, maybe Brad Pitt, but like
he was
someone
on
that
the same level as Tom Cruise. Will Smith was the single biggest movie star on the planet, and
yeah, but so was Schwarzenegger. But I don't think anyone takes Schwarzenegger seriously as an actor.
Their numbers aren't even close. Will Smith with fucking Bad Boys,
yeah,
Men in Black,
Yeah, but
Armageddon
you see what I'm
has
saying?
made more money.
Yeah, but you see what you see what I'm saying though. I'm not talking about.
I see what you're saying, but I think like the concept. I think genuinely, the biggest fuck up with Will Smith, it's like anything, is you're famous for far too long.
Yeah,
and it does things to your brain. It's Arrested Development. It's like what Leo does. He's famous since he was 14. You stay 14 forever. Will Smith became the biggest movie star in the world. He looks down from his hotel room at the Armageddon queue. And his dad said, "Oh my God, it's going past blocks. It's a blockbuster." That's where blockbuster comes from.
Yeah,
when the queue
I get
goes
that.
past a block, right? And then I think what's happened to Will Smith is it's the Liam Neeson story, which I like referring to. Where he thinks he says, "I
Just out of touch.
I went looking for a black person because I wanted to
like
kill a black
beat
person."
someone.
Right? And what's happened to Liam Neeson is he's told that story around
friends,
dinner tables, and they've gone, "Oh, how inspired!" Yada yada yada. So he gets melted down to think it's okay to save real life. Will Smith, It's again, it's on the podcast at the moment. It's circulating. What you do when you're alone, that's who you are. Yeah. Right. Will Smith. So in your darkest moments, Jamie Carragher spat out of his car onto someone's car. Right. Your lowest. You spit at people. My lowest is I tell people like, "Fuck off." Yeah. You CUNT when I'm on the if I'm on the bike. That's about as horrible as I can get. Right.
Sure.
Will Smith is that person. He is the person who went up and slapped Chris Rock on the stage because he thought it was okay. He thought this is a rational thing to do. When his wife,
but it wasn't his
humiliated him in front of the world on her little red table, and you can't have it both ways. You can't have. The whole point of why people are movie stars is because we know everything about them and nothing about them at the exact same time. And we had that with them. They were movie stars. She was Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah.
And he was Will Smith.
She's
talentless, whatever. You don't need talent. But it's like they were you can't then take off the layers, show us everything, and still think you're gonna have that same veneer.
Yeah. That's an interesting point.
Will Smith was humiliated. In front of the whole world.
I fully think he was. I think he must have been going through some weird
Chris
stuff.
Rock pushed a button, and I don't care what Jada Pinkett Smith says. She fucking, if she had just dropped, she's trying to like pin it all on. Now
She's trying to pin it on him. Yeah,
she's just trying to pin it on Will Smith and like the whole male toxic whatever. Will Smith, you can have that lift go all the way down and punch someone and be that who you are. And be a good person at the same time. You are not binary. It's not one or the other. It's not black and white.
I agree.
Will Smith is the person who thought he'd go up on stage and slap Chris Rock on the face because he assaulted his wife. And he's also this fucking lovely, upbeat dude who everyone loves. And he's probably a very, very nice person. You're both. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith, however, was not able in front of the whole world to take a blow like that from Chris Rock, who's a fucking comedian, by the way. This is what he does.
Yeah.
It's a 30-second joke and not just go, "Thanks, Chris. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Okay."
Yeah.
No. She had to be a frown.
Did she do something? Did she give him a word or something?
No. She just imagine we start laughing right now, and everyone's laughing, and the only place you don't hear laughter from is from the wife you spend every day with. You know what her laugh sounds like, and there ain't no laugh coming from there, and she's just been assaulted, right?
But they've been separate for 5 years at this point.
Apparently, according to her.
That's
but
mental.
Still, she's set him off, and that's what happened.
She's a maniac.
I don't think it's anything to do with the fact that Will Smith was 3 minutes away from the Oscar, and then his mind exploded.
No, I don't. No. I don't.
Who is this? Did Josh say this?
No, I don't want to.
Josh.
I don't want to.
Comedian.
No, I don't want to.
Get Josh on the show as a guest.
Come on.
Good.
Come on. No, I don't want to misrepresent the point there. I don't mean he did it to sabotage himself. Like,
no, he couldn't take it. He was like, oh my god, bang.
I think he was just in like a fucking insane point in his life, and it just all culminated in him exploding.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. There is an element of the fact that being so close to it, and going like,
and just being like, fuck, this is it. Like, if I win an Oscar, I've got everything I ever wanted.
I know.
And that what next?
Oh, the best fucking quote ever. About winning an Oscar, the best ever was Eddie Redmayne after he won it, who won it deservedly so.
Yeah,
but won it very young, and he said he got back to the hotel room, put it on his mantelpiece, looked at it, and said, "I'm so glad that I didn't spend my entire life waiting for this because I've got one and I feel nothing."
It's early, yeah.
No, I feel nothing for it. And honestly, bro, imagine waiting your whole fucking life till you're like fucking 78 years old, finally winning one, putting it down on your mantelpiece with a coffee and just going, "Oh, it was something else. Oh God, it was something else."
Who cares about Oscars?
And honestly,
who's watching the Oscars?
Yo, who's watching if you're someone watching the Oscars, comment below.
Yeah,
can we do that?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Also, on that, it's very important.
If you say like and subscribe.
I was going to say we've got obviously questions from the fans, but if you want to ask us questions and give us something to talk about, for fuck's sake, I'll put a little email in the description. So yeah, email us with fucking shit, and let's go with it. And on that,
get the fan mail out.
Fan mail. Okay, first question.
Yeah,
is for Harvey. I'll rattle through this quickly. Okay, let me read it. I'll read it out. I know you don't like talking about it, but when you were filming the #1 across multiple continents show The Witcher for Netflix, did you and Henry Cavill, I call him Cavill, aka Superman, ever play the game Who is More Handsome and Muscular? It's weird that they would ask that because we did, of course. They go on. This person, I imagine everyone else on the set would have demanded that everyone take a vote. They probably downed tools and refused to film without first coming to an official conclusion. As you know, the person writes, being off the charts handsome and muscular, and she's put in brackets here, 6% body fat. And it is a she writing, I can tell. As you know, being off the charts handsome and muscular distracts other people from work and lowers general productivity. The second part of my question is, how do you deal with that aspect? Looking forward to your reply, N. Portman. Well, firstly, Natalie, you're spot on in that I don't like talking about it. And actors don't down tools, do they? They de-rig. So I'll shock you now. None of that happened. None of that happened, other than me being in The Witcher. Obviously. Hashtag bring back Radcliffe.
Portman, that's so familiar.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Second question.
Yeah.
Second question is for Matt.
At last.
This person writes, Matt, I'm sure you're aware that your friend Coogan has a couple of things out at the moment. One being the third part of his critically acclaimed podcast, and the other being his poorly advised take on a nonce, Jimmy Savile. Given the fact that you are A, very close to him, and B, the host of your very own critically acclaimed show, and it is a show, slash podcast, what advice would you give Coogan with regards to how he should have played the world famous nonce, if at all, and how should he improve his podcast? Yours, P. Brosnan. Matt, I'm going to put that one over to you.
Well, thank you, P. Brosnan. Always good to hear from a friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, Steve. God, where do I even begin?
Yeah.
No, look. All joking aside here.
Yeah.
Actually, all joking aside. You did become pretty good mates with Cavill. Seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I have a slight rapport with Steve Coogan, who is a very, very, very serious man, but fucking cool.
Funny, you say. He was like
really funny, really, really cool.
Awesome.
And I really, 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 really liked him. When he had already filmed The Reckoning about Jimmy Savile before I met him.
Wow, okay.
It's been waiting that long.
Fine.
It's been honestly in the coming for that long because there was no good time to do it.
They were going to release it in 2024.
I have always said that Steve Coogan is one of the most underrated talents, actors.
I think he's brilliant, man.
That UK has ever produced, and he won't get his flowers until after he's gone. I think because everyone just goes, "Oh yeah, Coogan," but like his podcast is as Alan Partridge is pound for pound the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I think it really is.
And
I've finished it this week.
In terms of his longevity, you say Gervais, who's a genius. David Mitchell, genius. Alan Partridge. I actually, just a little plug here, met John Cleese this week. I auditioned for him.
Pretty fucking cool,
for my recall for a play. I have just been told I did not get that role, but that John enjoyed meeting me. He enjoyed meeting me.
He enjoyed meeting you.
Imagine that. That way round.
Living legend, John Cleese.
So
Milligan Cleese, Everett.
Easy. That's
Sessions.
One of them. One down. The two are already dead. So I met Cleese, and then the other two are dead. So I can't be there.
Is Sessions alive?
I don't know who that is.
John Sessions.
Sure.
Yeah. I think he might be dead.
But no, and so in terms of longevity, he is a fucking genius.
Yeah.
And with terms of playing Jimmy Savile, now just my take on it. I mean, what do I know? I would have played Jimmy Savile like a god.
Yeah.
I would
Charming.
have played Jimmy Savile like an absolute fucking sex machine hero. Shoot him in flattering angles and just make him look incredible, because we all knew what a monster that piece of shit was.
Yeah.
Right?
We don't need to
and
be told
everyone
again.
watching
Yeah.
it's like watching a film on 9/11. You know what's going to happen. It's like watching Titanic. You know what's going to happen. Jimmy Savile was a monster.
Yeah.
And I think, and it's nothing to do. Coogan plays him. My mum and dad were saying that I don't know. Jimmy Savile's voice, mannerisms, but
Panny's physicality is spot on.
it is perfect.
Yeah,
from
I've
watching,
heard that.
he looks incredible, and Coogan he is a genius. There's
I
not
agree.
even debate, and his dramatic element of it is fucking on point as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of production, I would
The
just
soundtrack, I disagree with.
I would have just made it
completely,
like more just like how this man fooled. Not everyone, but the majority
a lot
of people.
Yeah, I feel that they've made it too. It's like when you're watching it, it's like because the soundtrack and the way
He's
they've
the
shot
bad
it,
guy.
it's like,
He's
he's
the
obviously the
bad
bad
guy.
guy. It's like, no.
We know he's the bad guy
No,
because he's Jimmy fucking Savile.
I want to see how he conned everyone.
Exactly.
I want to see that. And
Show
like,
me why that he was going to be fucking Prince Charles's one of his kids.
advisors.
God fucking
Yeah.
father.
Crazy.
To his kids. That is mental.
And Charles is like pretty switched on guy, you know, and
Yeah.
so to be fooled by
I
Jimmy,
agree.
I think
I
is-
actually
yeah.
completely agree. Say what you want about the royal family, but I don't think King Charles is an idiot.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Like,
Man, that's the thing. Like, so I finished watching The Reckoning. I didn't finish. I finished watching the first episode, and
Yeah.
like it's funny actually watching Coogan do it because he's obviously brilliant, but you see shades of Partridge in him, and sometimes that pulls me out of it. Like the part where
Really?
in the first episode he's on the treadmill and he's exhausted, and it's like he's done that in the Yoast house, you know, and he's on a hike, and you're like, all right, there's a bit, and then there's a bit later where he.
sometimes I like to just jump.
Yeah. And there's a bit later when he's trying to nonce up a girl, and he's like, "Oh no, what are you doing? I was just trying to hug you." And it's like that almost indignant Partridge. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
It's quite Partridge, but I do think, his physicality, his northern accent is perfect. Everything's really, really, really good and well researched.
Coogan is fucking northern. He just dropped it.
Is he?
Well, he went to school, Manchester Met.
Oh, fine.
And Coogan, what we first bonded over at dinner on the first night of filming, was that he got rejected from fucking every single drama school. No one wanted anything to do with Steve
So
Coogan.
funny.
And
They don't know what they're doing.
No one knows what they're doing, mate.
They don't know what they're doing.
If you are auditioning for drama school at the moment and you happen to come across this,
Yeah.
just turn around and walk away. Do anything else first. But if you really, 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 really insist on going to drama school, know going in it's going to be the biggest fucking waste of time ever. And just don't be. These are just old people who have no idea what they're looking for anymore. That's why the UK just produced the same fucking actors for like 25 years. Because it's just like, oh, that's worked before. Churn it out again.
People are risk averse.
The last good one to come out, who was just like everybody else, was like maybe Taron Egerton,
Sure,
who got his break because he was just like everybody else, dropped his Welsh accent, dropped the weight, became like a fit boy. And
we've had some ridiculously. I mean,
but now Taron Egerton is top notch. So
Right,
like the talent was there, but he
Yeah.
was just generic as fuck, and he just wouldn't get
he's
the opportunity.
rider, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't get the opportunity nowadays.
Do you not think? I guess
Of
not.
course
Of course
not.
not. Yeah.
Are you joking?
I don't think Stephen Graham would get the opportunity these days.
He would because he's more working class.
But he's brilliant and
Genius.
He's so brilliant. Like
I
I
reckon
don't. I
he'd
will
have
watch
more
him in
opportunity now.
everything. I'd watch him in literally anything.
Daniel May,
Don't know who that is. I probably should. I don't know.
hair, bad hairline, black hair.
Vaguely.
Oh mate, he is the fucking absolute dog's bollocks. I think he's.
Have you?
One of the best
Did you
actors
watch
ever.
any? Did you watch any of The Long Shadow?
I watched the first episode. He's in it, bruv. That's
Is he
what
in
I'm
it?
saying.
Oh right. I'm trying to. Oh right.
He's the guy whose wife very sadly has to turn to prostitution.
Oh yes, he's fucking amazing. He breaks my heart every single time.
Mate, I've been following his career since he
He's
did a
brilliant.
film. He did a film called called Shorty or Get Short or something like this years ago with Riz Ahmed.
Oh fine.
And it was both when they were about 20 years old, and it was when I was still at I think I was at fucking
Yeah.
GCSEs.
His wife is played by Catherine Kelly in that. He's brilliant as well.
Dan May, I think, is along with Riz Ahmed about as good as it fucking gets.
Yeah, he's brilliant in that. He's just like
Just no vanity. Something got to work.
No
on.
vanity,
I did
yeah.
spend 10 minutes of this fucking podcast readjusting my hair and putting a hat on.
well, look. Do you know what I mean?
But I think as an actor,
You gotta be who you are.
I've actually got a film coming out where I play, and my vanity went out the window. I look like shit, and not like in a I'm trying to look like a heroine. Like this guy, the character is supposed to. He's like a CEO. He's supposed to be like handsome, and I just don't look good in it because I just thought I want to.
Let's just do acting for a change.
For once.
That is the end of our.
Loads of
education.
Loads of topics we didn't get through this year.
That's
this
great.
Week, sorry.
That's great.
So we got loads for next week.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm going to tell you next week about the moment I became an adult at the age of 30 because I took a too strong edible gummy and got onto a Ryanair flight.
Oh, that would be a religious experience, I imagine.
I'll tell you all about it. This time next week.
All right, guys, like and subscribe, please, because I hate saying it.
Don't say please.
No, but I hate saying it, but it really would make a difference, and it does make a difference. And if you've got this far, I presume you already have liked and subscribed.
If you've got this far, then you're basically our friend.
Can you believe it? All right,
I don't
guys.
have many friends. It's like him and
it's like there's a handful of them.
My dog.
Yeah. Peace out. Not peace out.
Don't say peace out, mate.